Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Expo Theater about Canvas apps versus model-driven apps. My name is Joel Lindstrom, and I'm a business applications MVP based in Greenville, South Carolina. And as I mentioned today, we're going to be talking about apps, Canvas versus model-driven. So a little history lesson. If you went back a year ago in your time machine, we had two different platforms for developing business applications. Dynamics 365, which some people still call Dynamics CRM, is a application for rapidly developing line of business applications. And it has standard solutions for sales, customer service, marketing, field service, as well as hundreds and thousands of solutions built by an ecosystem of Microsoft partners and customers. And it's widely used, was widely referred to as XRM or anything relationship management because it had the framework to easily create those types of applications. And then about a year and a half, 2 years ago, Microsoft introduced PowerApps. Think of PowerApps as the business IT pro, citizen developer app low-code, no-code app building platform that has 300 some connectors and makes it very easy for me to put together simple, focused mobile apps. And then we had this other thing called the Common Data Service. And what the Common Data Service is a separate database that was, for one thing, the back end of PowerApp. So that was kind of the default data store for your PowerApp. And then these things work together. Dynamics, there was a connector for Dynamics and PowerApps, so you could update and do CRUD actions in Dynamics. Dynamics interfaced with the Common Data Service to facilitate integrations like between Dynamics, customer engagement, and facility and finance and operations. But these were separate platforms. What happened earlier this year with the release of Dynamics version 9.0.2 is they came together. The data layer and platform layer underneath Dynamics 365 is now the Common Data Service. So no more separate database. That means if you don't use Dynamics but use PowerApps, your Common Data Service is the same data and platform layer as Dynamics uses. But if you do use Dynamics, it means these are now siblings in the same family, brother and sister basically, where if I have an update a record inside a PowerApp, it real-time stores the data inside the same database that Dynamics uses. So these have come together to form the business applications platform. So it's a great thing. And so Microsoft distinguishes between these two different types of apps as Canvas apps, think traditional Power App when you hear Canvas app, and model-driven apps, which are the app structure that Dynamics 365 uses. And so these serve different purposes. And so in this session, we're going to talk about some examples of where Canvas apps are best, where model-driven apps are best, but then we'll talk about how they work together as well. So let's get started with that. So let's start with Canvas apps. How many of you have used PowerApps or Canvas apps before? Okay, probably half of you. So a Canvas app is, they call it pixel perfect. When I'm laying out a Canvas app, think Bob Ross painting the pretty trees on the canvas. You know, you have a blank canvas and you can put whatever you want wherever you want it. You can put a big button, little button, make it blue, make it red. You know, so the great thing there is you can build these apps that are tailored to user-specific scenarios, and they're pixel perfect because I'm laying it out. I see them on the screen the way they'll look on the mobile device. And so I can see my data in it. I can see it as pixel perfect. And so they're also, think the last mile digital transformation. So when you flew to Orlando, you landed at the airport, you had to get a car, an Uber, or a taxi, a shuttle to take you to the final destination. That's the idea. Transformation. Microsoft and other application vendors for decades have been selling application platforms that let you transform the major process, the sales process, accounting processes, customer service processes, the things that run your business. But despite that, there's all these InfoPath forms and paper forms and spreadsheets and access databases floating around that still, are fairly manual processes. So Canvas app is ideal for digitally transforming those miscellaneous pieces. And with the business applications platform, it's part of the same same platform. There's separate apps, but they all fit in the same platform. And so model-driven apps, think bigger processes, things that are more data intensive, more users, relationship heavy, granular security. I need to make sure that my sales managers see their stuff, but he doesn't see the stuff the other people in other groups have, those types of scenarios. And that's where a model-driven app is ideal for that, because the model-driven app framework gives you the underlying plumbing, if you will, to handle relationships and handle security and handle plugins and those types of things that you really need to quickly build it. Could you build these with a Canvas app? Absolutely. Would you pull all your hair out and get frustrated and it take you months and months and months and wind up with not as good of a result as if you just did a model-driven app? Absolutely, because keep in mind, there's these great pre-made solutions for sales management, opportunity management, orders, cases, all these things. So again, you could build that with the Canvas app, but you're better suited to build those major processes in a model-driven app. And model-driven apps, I mentioned Canvas apps are driven by user experience. So you want to have a experience where a user sees this screen, then this screen, then this screen. Simple process, that's a Canvas app. But if you have something that's more driven by your data model, your data process, such as an onboarding process for an insurance company, when somebody fills out the application and then they have to go through 10 different steps, get a physical, get approval from underwriting, all this stuff, and certain things need to happen at all this points. Model-driven apps are ideal for visualizing those complex processes and making sure the right things are happening at the right time and the right people have access to them. So that's high level, and we'll talk a little bit more specifically. So Canvas apps, I mentioned, just to summarize kind of best practices, replace paper forms, InfoPath forms, access database, spreadsheets, those kind of things that are floating around. Replace them, digitally transform them into a form that's easier to use and potentially brings the data into the common data service where it's where you can benefit from it. When you want to build a really tailored user experience, the model-driven app have put you on rails, if you will, inside a pretty strict metaphor, because you've got forms, views, you've got column layouts, but you can't go too far outside that box. But if you want something that radically different type of UI, that's where Canvas apps are really good for. And we got all these connectors, so Microsoft sources, but also third parties, Dropbox, Salesforce.com. We don't want to do that, but if you did, the Canvas apps are a good fit for that. So I'm going to show you, we're going to have a scenario here where we're going to look at a Canvas app. And to set the scenario up is, I'm part of CRM Audio, which is the leading podcast network focused on Microsoft business applications. Along with about 10 other MVPs, we cover the gamut of the Microsoft business application platform. We got Flow, PowerApps, Dynamics 365, Power BI running a Dynamics practice. And so since I've got people on 3 different continents that I'm coordinating this with, the schedule, who's sponsoring what episodes, those types of things, it gets kind of hairy. And I've traditionally used a spreadsheet for this, which it works, but when I'm here at Ignite and I have my phone, even though the Excel app is great, if I pull that up on Excel and have a lot of columns and stuff, it's tedious to work with. So let me switch over here and I'll show you, my PowerApp. And this is a PowerApp it's a fairly simple example, but I think a good example of how a real-world pain point that I had was addressed by a PowerApp. And so this is in mobile form factor. When you do a Canvas app, you can do whatever form factor you want, but I wanted to make sure this worked on my phone. And so here I've got my view of, and so you can create this from a spreadsheet very quickly. Now, you're going to want to take time to make sure the fields are displayed the way you want them to, make sure the icons and the work. And the way you control navigation and the way things get updated is through Excel-like formulas, and so expressions. So if you can approach Office and expressions, you can pretty much pick up Canvas apps. So I've got my schedule here. Now, we just recorded a new episode where we interviewed Marwan Hade from the Microsoft Flow team talking about the roadmap for Flow. That's going to be published tomorrow. So I want to put that episode in so that when George Dubinsky or Neil Benson or Mark Smith look and see where they fall on the schedule, they know that that episode is tomorrow. So I'm going to create a new episode. I got my series drop down. Now, this example is all coming from Excel. This is feeding an Excel spreadsheet in SharePoint. And so they have access to the spreadsheet. So I could share this app with them and they could access it as well. So this is going to be CRM audio. Let's see, that's going to be 9/26/2018. I could use the selector as well. That's going to be sponsored by the Dynamics 365 user group, and we'll say Marwan Hade from Microsoft reviews Flow roadmap. All right, so again, simple scenario that, again, is something that we can do with an Excel spreadsheet, but the benefit of this app is now wherever I am, I can update this and they can see the changes I make in the Excel spreadsheet. So it's taken that manual process and digitally transformed it. Now I see it on my list, I can sort it, I can filter it, I can delete it. And so that's a really simple app. I could go a lot farther than that if I wanted to have a link to the episode so I could play it, or a picture of Marwan on there or something like that. I could do all that. You can extend that with Flow. So if I wanted to orchestrate it so when I put something in there, it publishes something to the blog, I could do that. Again, I just wanted to show a simple use case of how I'm using this. So now, let's talk about model-driven and do a model-driven scenario. So just to review, model-driven apps. When your application is very intensive from a data perspective, number of users, complexity of relationships, data density on the forms is a big thing. Model-driven apps are really good for, we've got some insurance customers that have 500 plus fields on a form, and it's got sections and tabs that can intelligently present that data to them. But also visualizing complex business processes. You could basically run your whole business from a model-driven app. So the scenario that we're going to talk about, I changed the name to protect the innocent, but this is a real-world scenario that we've helped a couple of our customers with. So Nozzle Soda is an up-and-coming soda company that is selling their product in stores like Walmart and grocery stores and things like that. So the scenario is they manage their business, their sales process, they manage their relationships with people at the stores. They've got field technicians or field account managers who go and make sure that the right product's in the right store, because that's a cutthroat business, and Coke and Pepsi will come and take their shelf space if they don't watch it. So they have all these things going on. And so they run their business with a model-driven app. So let me switch over and I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So when I switch to the model-driven app, you'll see here, first thing is, we have an interactive dashboard here that can has things like the stores we work with. And if I go down, you'll see it's got things like open opportunities. It's got active surveys. And what a survey is to them is when the field technician or field account manager goes to the store, he does a survey, which is how many end cap displays do they have, how many pallet drops in the middle of the aisles, how many, and then competitive stuff as well. But then we've also got, just to show you the list of entities we have here, we've got things like contacts at the store. We've got activities because the account managers calling the store and calling the store manager, those types of things. So I'm going to start with the store because the store is kind of the central relationship for them that all this stuff revolves around. So I'm going to go to a specific store, and people who work in this industry know the stores by the number. They just can rattle them off. So they know that the Tampa store is store 5036. So I'm going to go to store 5036. And so this is Walmart 5036. I pull it up. So we got a couple things here. We've got Over here, we've got the information about the store. We've got where is it, when was it opened, how many square feet, maybe what types of displays they have. In the middle, you can see I've got my activity timeline. So as I'm working with this store, I got my appointments, my phone calls, my tasks, how I'm interacting with it. Down on the bottom here, we've got who's at the store, who's the store manager, who's the purchasing manager, those types of things. And then we got our surveys. And remember, a survey, I'm going to go in here and show you. So a survey is, I am going to the store to see how the product is merchandised. So now I've got things like what date was it, who did it, and then I've got all these different types of displays, like end cap. Are there 4? No, there's really 3. And is that bottles, cans, 2-liter bottles, and then displays, miscellaneous. So let's see, we got 4 miscellaneous, and so on and so forth. So, and then we've also got down here coffee, tea, water, competitive products. So any display for coffee and water and tea take away from valuable shelf space that we could have for nozzle of cola. So the idea is there's multiple groups, multiple processes represented here. So if we look at this, the model-driven app is great because it gives them a very, very comprehensive app that shows how everything's related. But if we were to take a specific process, such as the store visits here, and we were to, give people that do that, and that's the only thing they do, they visit 25 stores, per day. If we were to do that, then we would they could use the model-driven app. So the store technician could go and use this app. There's a great mobile app that they could do the whole process on. However, the only thing they do is store surveys, that group. And so people that visit 25 stores a day, if they have 3, 4, 5 extra minutes, what happens is they can't visit as many stores during the day. So what we can do is we could build a Canvas app that accesses the same process and same fields. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put together a survey app. And so here we've got an app, a simple Canvas app that is just dedicated towards doing those surveys. And so the idea is if the store if the field manager, if the field a representative, the merchandiser person doesn't need to see all that other stuff, let's give them an app. The other factor is licensing costs, because there is a lower cost for what's called a P1 license. And so I'm not encouraging you to do everything with Canvas apps, but the idea is if they only need this, let's just create a simple Canvas app. It'll save them time, and it will also cut down on the licensing cost. If we got 500 of these guys, this is going to be a better solution. So this is coming straight from the CDS. So I'm going to go to my Walmart 5036, and this is the same one we were looking at. I can see the summary here, and I'm going to edit it. And so now I can see here status scheduled, same thing. So I'm going to say we got 2 displays, and they're cans, and we've got 4 pallet drops, and that is bottles, and then we want to say they've got 3 coffee and 2 water, and we're going to hit the checkbox, and now that's saved that real time in the CDS. So now when I go back into the store, I'm going to refresh this record, and if I'm the manager working from this store, I now will see the data captured through the Canvas app. So this just illustrates how, I always quote the great philosopher Waylon Jennings, who said, it ain't wrong, it's just different. We're not here to say Canvas apps or model-driven apps are better. They're just different and serve different unique scenarios. If you try and deliver simple, focused, tailored functionality through a model-driven app, it might not be the best fit. Where if you get too complex with a Canvas app, same thing, it's not going to be a great fit. But the good thing is they work together, they're the same platform. You can address different business scenarios with whatever's the best fit, and can give users the best user experience. And so just to wrap it up here, So Canvas and model-driven apps, same platform. It's not wrong, it's just different. Remember that CRUD actions in Canvas apps trigger changes in model-driven apps. What I mean by that, if you have a workflow or a plugin or something in your model-driven app triggered off of a certain event, like a field getting updated, somebody updates it from a Canvas app, that applies there as well. The common data service is what ties it together. So rule of thumb, use model-driven apps for your big intensive business processes, and then supplement that with Canvas apps for specific user experiences. So remember, it's not Canvas apps versus model-driven apps, it's both together through the business applications platform. Thank you. And there's my contact information if you want to get in touch with me with any questions. And please evaluate the session.